There is no doubt that these weapons would have been used in the commission of serious, if not deadly, offences.
The Vancouver Police Task Force tackling low-level crime downtown has seized a sizable amount of weapons in a short amount of time. Tasers, bear spray, replica handguns, just some of the 210 weapons taken off the streets of downtown Vancouver in the past month and a half. Increasing reports of street disorder prompted the VPD to create the Neighbourhood Response Team last month. The task force attended calls normally considered low priority in the Granville Corridor, Yaletown and Strathcona.
These are calls that sometimes our members wouldn't be able to get to, sometimes for hours, if not a day.
The team responded to 1,400 reports of low-level crime in 42 days, confiscating this cache of weapons in the process.
We may have not gotten this many weapons in such a short amount of time if it wasn't for this team.
But the NRT wasn't without controversy. Last month, several poverty advocacy groups filed a joint complaint with the police board, saying a focus on low-level crime harms the homeless.
For many people who rely on public space, who participate in informal economies because they live in poverty, an increased police presence, like what we saw with the NRT, actually makes their neighborhood much more unsafe.
The VPD says the NRT wasn't just seizing weapons. Officers checked on the health and well-being of those living on the street.
Over 150 people were referred to shelters, and about 15 people successfully attained a shelter spot.
That's not a bad thing. The concern is that there are actually people who are much more skilled in outreach and engagement and getting to the heart of the issue for people who would be better positioned to do that work.
The task force was a temporary measure and is now off the streets. If it is redeployed, Meenakshi Manoh with Pivot Legal Society says it should stick to crime, not outreach. In Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.